Hello friends, in the first lecture of the number theory, we discussed the different divisibility criteria. Now, in that series I am taking one more example, and now we are developing results with the help of 10001. So you know, if 10001, if we divide 10 raised to the power 4 from 0001, so obviously the remainder will get minus 1. So we can write 10 raised to the power 4 congruent minus 1 mod 1 0001. And similarly I can write 10 raised to the power 4 whole square congruent minus 1 raised to the power 2 mod 1 0001. So from there we are going to develop one interesting observation there. You see that 10001 can be written as 73 into 137. If we do the prime factors of 10001, we'll find these are 73 and 137. So when I'm checking the divisibility with 10001, that same time I can check the divisibility of 73 and 137. How? Let's say I have any number. I take a number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. Let's say this big number I take, and I have to check the divisibility from 10001 or by 73 or by 137. So first we will break this in the powers of 10 raised to the power 4. So I'll make the blocks of 4 like this, and we can write as a 6543 plus 8987 into 10 raised to the power 4 plus 4567 into 10 raised to the power 4 whole square plus 4, this is 123 into 10 raised to the power 4 whole cube. So when I divide this number by 10001, obviously the remainder I'll get 6543. But when I'm dividing 8987 into 10 raised to the power 4 by 10001, in that time each of the 10 raised to the power 4 will give the remainder minus 1. So how many 10 raised to the power 4s are there? That is 8987. So finally you'll get minus 8987, because each of the 10 raised to the power 4 is giving the remainder minus 1. And when we go for the 10 raised to the power 4 whole square, that time we'll get minus 1's square, that is plus 1, and you can observe we'll get 4, 5, 6, 7. And again you will get minus, which is minus 1, 2, 3. So you'll find the net sum of that, and if the sum is divisible by 10001, we can confirm the divisibility. And whatever the applications are asked in the various problems, we can use those applications. But you can see we also confirm the divisibility by 73 and 137. So this is the way you can also develop so many divisibility strategies you can form if any question is asked in Olympiad related to the divisibility concepts. So what you do is just try to stay as close as you can with 10, 100, 1000, like that. And from there you can develop so many interesting observations, you can develop so many interesting results. So this is the strategy we are going to keep for the divisibility rules. Now, one more interesting observation I can tell you, and very basic observation. From there, we can derive so many other things. Very interesting. Let's say two numbers we have, x and y. If the sum of two numbers x and y is divisible by any number. Let's say it is divisible by 7. So if I say that x plus y is divisible by 7, and that time I tell you that the number x is also divisible by 7, so that means at the same time we can confirm the divisibility of y by 7. So if x plus y in total, if it is divisible by 7, and I also tell you that x is divisible by 7, then y has to be a multiple of 7. So we can write like, if we have two numbers a and b, a plus b congruent 0, let's say mod, I use 7, let's say mod 7. So, and a congruent 0 mod 7, that implies that b congruent 0 mod 7 and vice versa. So if any one of them is showing this character, so other has to be true for that. So, and same thing we can observe with the difference over two numbers. If a minus b is divisible by 7 and we tell that a is divisible by 7, then b has to be divisible by 7. Now I take a number, any number I take, let's say I take a number, this AB can be any digit number, but I will write this AB as a 10a plus b, just for the simplicity. So any, it is a number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I'm writing this as a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 into 10 plus 6. So this has become our A and this is B. So I write that 10A plus B, and in that what I'll do, minus three A minus 6B. So you can see there that the 10A plus B I'm writing minus 3A minus 6B. So you observe that it's minus plus 6B you'll get, and 10A minus 3 is 7. So you can write that 7A plus B. And we can write this as a 10A plus B, and I take there are 3 common. We can write A minus 2B is equals to 7A plus B. So this number is divisible by 7. So in order to make this number divisible by 7, we have to confirm the divisibility of this one. Or I can tell you, if I confirm this number is divisible by 7, then 10A plus B is automatically divisible by 7 because it is a multiple of 7. So you can see that the 7 and 3 are the co-prime numbers. So in that case, if I confirm the divisibility of A minus 2B, simply then I can confirm the divisibility of the number 10A plus B. And how we write this thing, I take any number, let's say 2, 3, 5, 8, 9. This is a number. How we'll be doing this? A, what is the meaning of A minus 2B? So this is now A and this is B. So in 2, 3, 5, 8, we'll subtract 9 into 2, that is 18. So that will get 2, 3. If I subtract 18, we'll get 2, 3, 4, 0. Again, same thing I'll be doing. Now the B has become 0 and this is A. So I'll be writing 2, 3, 4 minus 2 into 0. So from there I'll get 2, 3, 4. So again, if I do this exercise, that is 23 minus 2 into 4. So you can see that the 23 minus 8 will get, and obviously you can see 23 minus 8 is not divisible by 7. So from there, see 234's divisibility, if I'm checking that, so I am confirming that this is not divisible because each of the A minus 2B are further we are breaking. means from 2, 3, 5, 8, 9, this number's divisibility. If I confirm this number is divisible by 7, I can confirm this number is divisible by 7. If I confirm this 2, 3, 4, 0, which you are getting from 2, 3, 5, 8, which you will get from this one and again this one. So in backward direction, if this is divisible by 7, 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 then the number which we have taken in the beginning will be divisible by 7. But that is not the case in this particular problem, but this is the way we will be approaching the problems. And this is the one more way to find the divisibility by 7. So similarly, we can develop the divisibility rule for the 13 also, 17, 29, so many numbers divisibility we can form. So let's say we have to form the divisibility with 13. So we can write that the 10a plus b plus 3a plus 12b. So we can write this is equals to 13 times a plus b. So you can see there, if here I take the 3 common, we'll get a plus 4b. And this side we get 10a plus b. And this is 13 a plus b. So you can see there, this 13a plus b is obviously divisible by 13. In order to make this number divisible by 13, if I can confirm that a plus 4b is divisible by 13, because 13 and 3 are the co-primes. So if I can confirm that the a plus 4b is divisible by 13, the number will be divisible by 13. And the method we'll be using, as just I explained you with the 7. Let's say I take a number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I take a number. So this is our a. So we'll write 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 4 times of b. So plus 4 times of b means 20. So we'll get a number. This is 1, 2, 3, and this is 5, 4. And again same thing, your a will become 1, 2, 5. So you write 1, 2, 5 plus 4 4s are 16. And you check that for whatever the number you get, 125 plus 16, that is 141 you will get. And then 141 you can write as a 14 plus 4. So that is 18 there, and from there you can confirm this, the number is not divisible by 13. And you can move it. If it is not divisible by 13, then this is not divisible by 13, then this is not divisible by 13, then this is not divisible by 13. Because each of the subsequent a minus 2b which you are converting, if you can confirm the divisibility from the last one, the earlier numbers divisibility, you can confirm. So this is a rule we can develop for the 13, and same way we can develop a rule for the 17 also. Now you can ask that why didn't I develop the rule of 17 by breaking in the powers the way I've done for 9, 11 and 37 other. Because you see, in that case, if you observe, you are not getting a homogeneous pattern. If you divide 100 by 17, then 1000 by 17, then 1 means even if the pattern you are getting, that pattern will be very, very long. So that is of no use. So that's the way we didn't develop the rule of 17 the way the earlier method. So we'll be developing a result here. Now see, this 10a plus b. So I have, let's say I write 10a plus b, and we write 7a plus 16b. So obviously I'll get there 17 times of a plus b. But you can see there is a very big calculations we'll be getting there, 7a plus 16b. So it's better what we can do, it's a better way. So what I'll do, I'll multiply by 2, 10a plus b. And then in 10a plus 2b we will subtract, see that's we subtract 3a, and you have 2b over there and 2b over there, so in that 3a if I subtract now minus 15b, so you see that the total 17 you'll get, and you get this is 17 a plus b. So you can see this is a better approach than this one, because here further I can take 3 common and it becomes a minus 5b, and 2 times of 10a plus b is equals to 17 a plus b. So obviously this is divisible by 17. So in order to make this number divisible by 17, because there's no harm in making this divisible by 17 because 2 and 17 are the co-prime. So similarly, if I confirm this number's divisibility by 7, I can confirm this number is divisible by 17. So this is the 17th divisibility we are doing. This is a divisible by 17, and if in order to make this number divisible by 17, if I confirm that this is divisible by 17, the 10a plus b, our original number, is divisible by 17. So how will you be doing? Let's say any number you take, 2, 3, 8, 9, 7, 6 I take. So what you will do, this is array which is 2, 3, 8, 9, 7, and in that minus 5b will be subtracting, and b is 6. So what I will do, will subtract minus 7. So whatever number I will get, again the same procedure we will be doing, and when you will come close to 2 or 3 digit, that time you can directly confirm the divisibility. And if the number, the very last number, if it is divisible by 17, you can confirm the number in the beginning you have taken will be divisible by 17. Similarly, we can make other results also. Now let's say we have to confirm the divisibility by 19. So 19's divisibility, you see that's 10a plus b I take, and first I multiply by 2. So that is 20a plus 2b you will get. So in that minus a, so that is 19, and minus 2b plus 2b. Because here you will get plus 2b and this minus 2b is cancelled, and finally you will get 19a. So this is divisible by 19. In order to make this number divisible by 19, simply if I can confirm the divisibility of a plus 2b, we can confirm the divisibility of 10a plus b. How we will do it? Let's say 1, 2, 3, 4, I take a number. So this is array, which is 1, 2, 3. In that we'll add 2b. 2b is 8. So I'll get a number, again the same exercise I will be doing. So you just keep on reducing. When you come closer to second 2-digit number or single digit number, from there you can confirm the divisibility by 19. Same way we can develop the divisibility by 23, 29. Let's say you have to confirm the divisibility by 29. You can write 3 times of 10a plus b, and you can write minus a plus 3b, and that is equals to 29a plus b, 29a. So this divisibility, this is divisible by 29. In order to make this divisible by 29, if I can confirm the divisibility by 29. So this is the way we can develop the divisibility by any number. So, and this is the strategy we have to use for the Olympiad problems. Even the bigger numbers are asked. Let's say you are asked the divisibility. I take example, let's say 53 is divisibility you are asked. So in that case, what you will be doing, you just write the 10a plus b. Now you can see we will try to be as close, means we just develop we just try to find out a multiple of 53 which is close to 0. Means if I write, see, 53 into 2, I will not be getting close, so but 53 into 3, so this I can get is 159. So this is very close to 160, and 160 will help us. So how will I write this? Let's say 53's divisibility we have to check. So, and 10a plus b's divisibility we are checking by 53. So what I'll do? So as I just 53 into 3 is 159, and 159 is 160 minus 1. So what I'll do, first I multiply this number by, we have to reach is 16, so 16, and this is, now what I'll do, 16a plus b, and then minus a minus 16b, sorry, plus 16b. So you can see there what I'll get here, 160a and 160a plus 16b, then minus a, that is 159a, and minus 16b. So 16, 16b cancel, and we'll get 159a. So this is divisible by 53. So in order to make this number divisible by 53, if I confirm this number is divisible by 53, we can confirm the divisibility of 53 by 10 of 10a plus b. So these are the strategies we are going to use in our Olympiad problems. And the next lecture I will be taking the International Maths Olympiad problems, and I will be discussing how we can develop the strategies to solve those problems. Because very few 5 or 6 problems they ask, and you get ample time to solve these problems. So in those problem solving, the most important thing is a strategy. So this is the fundamental things which I develop about the divisibility. Rest of the thing of the number theory and related to those divisibility concept, again I'll be telling you those concepts which are again means this division algorithm, GCD, and again I'll be telling you those applications in the divisibility problem in the next lecture.